Oh, hello there. Um, so I'm gonna be showing you how to get free internet connection using VPN, and of course, what you're gonna need is you need two SIM cards. One with internet connection, like mine. This is SIM two. It has internet connection, while SIM one doesn't. Okay, so I go to my SIM with my internet connection, and remember, you only need this internet connection now because you'll be using it to install the applications you need. Okay, and also to update them. And we're gonna be starting from the basics, the ones with no configuration, the applications that doesn't need configuration, and those ones are very easy to use and all the likes. And we're gonna be moving to the ones which doesn't need configurations. Okay, so like an instance, these are the applications here. So I'm gonna be showing you how I knew the VPNs to download, because if I get into Play Store and I search for um VPN, they're gonna show me lots and lots of VPNs, like lots and lots of VPNs. And how do I know the one which gives me free internet connection, which is very easy to configure and all the likes? Yeah, it's kind of too much, like more than 1,000, and I'm just tired. So basically, we'll begin from a very popular VPN called Uzanet Pro. Uzanet Pro. So we'll begin from here, and we got, oh sorry, so we've got our Ozonet Pro. So what you wanna do is, now this is a trick to know. Now these are Usernet Pro. You got to type on the, click on the Usernet Pro. Now to get the applications, remember I said these are very easy to use VPNs. These, but how do I know them? How do I know them? So on my Usernet Pro, remember when I searched for Usernet Pro, I clicked on the Usernet Pro. Maybe I just installed it, but I'm not gonna open. I wanna show you how to get the other free VPNs. Okay, so you see this SoliNet, you click on SoliNet Solutions. So if Usernet Pro is a free and easy to use um application, how do I know Usernet Pro's like SoliNet Solutions create kind of easy to use VPNs. All of them are the same, like literally the same. So I've installed these, and this. Okay, so I installed all of them. So these are the brothers and sisters of Usernet Pro, and they are very easy to use. Okay, and if you notice, all of them are the same. Okay, so let's begin to explore. Let's start from Usernet Pro, because if you understand how to use Usernet Pro, you've understood them all. So now, note, I have two SIMs. This SIM that I'm currently switched to is having internet connection. You can see an ad just popped up down here. So I'm gonna switch to my SIM which doesn't have internet connection. Okay, so I've switched. Now if you note, um let's say if I get to uh let's say if I get here and I search, I kind of text this lady, and I send, it isn't gonna work. Okay, so now getting back here, because this SIM I've switched to doesn't have internet connection. So now the first thing you want to do is when you get into this application, okay, this is the display. The first thing you want to do is click on update while you have data, but actually automatically update, so there's no need for doing that. Okay, you could do that for the first time. When you get into it, for the rest of the times it's gonna just update by itself. So when you get into the application, this is a display. Now you notice it will be somewhere, yeah, voila, it'll be showing you something like this. This is what it's gonna be showing you for your first time when you get into it. So if you just click on start, it isn't gonna start. Or you click on any kind of server in here, any kind of network, it isn't gonna start. Okay, so this is where strategic thinking come into. So what you need is UDP mode. If you check, we have auto BSL auto, we have UDP. This is a UDP, and only the UDP modes work. Okay, this is another UDP, all country UDP, Ghana UDP, Tanzania UDP, Uganda UDP. Well, Cameroon doesn't have a UDP, but also you can also use Cameroon, MTN Cameroon one, because that's our network. Even this Ghana, yeah, sometimes it works, but most times I use UDP. Okay, so and you're gonna want to use UDP. So let's say an instance, let's just pick a random UDP. Let's say I want to use all country UDP. Now remember, if I click the others, it won't work. Like if I click let's say if I click filter break, it isn't gonna work actually, because it's not gonna work. So but for the UDP, if I click, it connects instantly, and it's connected. And even if it's not connected, I could change the UDP. I click on flight mode and switch it off. So let's see if our WhatsApp message has gone by now. So you see it has gone. And if I say hey, or let's say how are you doing, and I send, it's gone. So basically, yeah, that's how we kind of uh run the stuff. Okay, now let's switch it off and let's be a little more practical. Let's say if I choose Iran Usernet Pro, it isn't gonna work. If you notice, it isn't working. Okay, so if I click stop, let's say I choose another UDP. Let's say filter break UDP, and yeah, if you notice, it isn't working. Like I'll stop, start again, it isn't working. Now, what do you do if it doesn't work? Okay, um, you want to switch on flight mode and switch it off, and you proceed back. So you see it's now working. The very filter break that wasn't working, it's now working. Now let's say I want to view a status, and let's say I want to view a random status. Okay, let's go back to the same person reviewing the status. Let's say every day is a gift from God. Tells, wow, I love this status, and I kind of let's say I wanna comment or kind of write something about it, and I'm like, awesome. Okay, so not not something, yeah, it's sent. Now that's it for using Usernet Pro. Yeah, so I'm gonna switch off the Usernet Pro, and that's it. Now mind you, Usernet Pro is mainly for things like WhatsApp and all the likes. It's kind of slow when you want to use it to do other stuff. So um same in this video, I'm gonna show you the other videos, the other VPNs you could use to do other stuff. Now same as the other how can I say, the brothers and sisters of Usernet Pro, just manage it, let's call it brothers and sisters. Now notice, if you understood very well how to use Usernet Pro, you're gonna notice that that is the same as the others. Okay, let's say BDNet VPN. Now for BDNet VPN, yeah, it's kind of similar. In fact, it's the same. Okay, it all started with Usernet Pro, but it's all the same. Now notice, if I check the first one, it's gonna show me Autoran too. And if I start, it isn't gonna work. Actually, it isn't, because Autoran can't work for people in Cameroon, or generally can't work without additional configuration. But I managed to understand these VPN networks, how they work and how they run their stuffs, and now letting you know that just UDP modes work with minimal configuration. it doesn't work with configuration. Okay, so let's say I get into, let's take another UDP mode, let's say uh Ghana UDP. So I've gotten Ghana UDP 2. You can take any of them. So you see, it's worked. Okay, and I could, remember I said my sim 1 doesn't have data, so I could just, let's say I want to their gods. Let's say I get into um this stuff and I kind of search um let me just search for fiber optics. Okay, let me search for fiber optics. Okay, so you see, it's gonna be slow to really search on Google, but it's gonna go. Okay, it's gonna work. Like, and I love this. And it's kind of slow, but it works, and it can save you when you don't have money to do data and all the likes. You don't have a Wi-Fi. Yeah, so it saves you some stress and some resources. Okay, so that's it for BeadsNet VPN. Yeah. But if you notice, if we get back into this thing now, let's say we want to search that fiber optics now that we have stopped our BeadsNet VPN. Yeah, that same fiber optics that we searched, it won't go. Like if we try to write down, okay, fiber optics, it isn't gonna go. Like, you don't have data, it's not gonna work. So let's now say I want to like I still click on this Soli net solutions. Now we've seen this one. Okay, let's now go to the next one, Omanova. Okay, Omanova VPN, and we click on open. It's literally the same thing, the same way all of them get into the interface, the same thing. Okay, like that, literally all the same. So if you notice, it also started with Autoran. Okay, and yeah, it's almost the same thing. Okay, okay, let's say for this now, let's try Tanzania UDP, or let's try Uganda UDP 1, and we click on start. And okay, so you see all of them have literally the same interface. Like, it's all the same. Now let's try and search something. Uh okay, let's say wanna explore, let me say WhatsApp. It's been long I got into WhatsApp, and let's say I want to chat. It's just this stuff, and I'm like, hello, hello my people. Okay, and it's gone. So it's literally the same. So let's just explore the others really quickly, because this video is getting really long and long. Anyways, a huge congratulations to me for um anyways, let me not share the good news with you for now. But I really got promoted in the class because I was taking online. Yeah. So get back into solid net solutions. And okay, let's get into XShield now. So this XShield now, get into it again. So they're all very, very easy to use. Okay, they're very, very easy to use. While this one now is a little bit technical and all the like, so you want to leave this at random. So for the first time you get into it and you have data, you could just click on update. Yeah, for all of them, but all of them, they just auto update anytime you have data. Okay, they auto update. Then make sure you are in the sim without data now, and I click on start. So it also started, and this one is really, really, really easy to use. Okay, no need for selecting all those stuffs, and it's kind of cool for me. I think it's kind of unique. Okay, let's say, yeah, I wanna chat with I wanna chat with Gemini. So I'm gonna say let's say I want to search Zena ideas. Okay, remember this is an RCS chat, like, which means I need connection. Like, I need connection for it to work. So that's it. So I've been using so actually for me ever since let's say ever since about 2022, yeah, VPN has really been saving me on many stuffs. Like, I'm not really stressing up like everyone to really be getting data and all the likes. So let's say I switched off X tunnel, X shield tunnel. Let me say I switch it off. Oh, let me kind of switch it off. So it's gonna show an ad. Let the ad get out of here quick. Okay, close up. Fine, that's what it wants. I'll close the app. I'll get back into my messages now. Okay, let's say I wanna search for something like uh how to make a chocolate, yeah, chocolate chip. It's not actually gonna go because it's not SMS, it's RCS message. Okay, but if I kind of come here and let's say I want to chat with someone on SMS, and let's say I want to search with this, I want to chat with this random guy. I say it's a text message, so it's SMS, and I say, hey there. So it's gonna go because I have SMS bundle. Okay, so that's the difference between an RCS chat. So if you notice, this one went, though it's not been delivered. Okay, it has been delivered, so it's showing 2 ticks, but this one hasn't yet gone. Remember, this one over here showed 2 ticks, but this one hasn't showed its own 2 ticks. Cause if I switched it to SMS and MAS, it isn't still gonna go. So basically, yeah, I need data to send a message. So let's say we go back into our X Shield, and I'm really sorry, I'm making the video to be too long. So our X Shield is connected, and we come back into this chat, and we are like, okay, see, it's already gone, and they're giving us our response. Yeah, so I need this. Yeah, I need to make chocolate chips, although, yeah, although I'm not gonna make. So now that's it for X Shield to now, and yeah, let's say I want to get back into Play Store. Let me get back into Play Store. Uh, so and just search for any of them, okay? And I normally use Usernet Pro to get into this thing. Uh, oh my god. Anyways, so I already have them installed. I don't even need Play Store to go. So we have explored Xshield, we've explored BeadsNet, explored Omanvo. Now, and then we've explored also Usernet. Okay, so let's say we wanna explore something now. FNF tunnel, that was the last one on the list. Okay, let's say we wanna explore FNF tunnel, so this is the last one on their list. So with FNF tunnel, yeah, it's kind of a little bit tricky, but it's kind of all the same thing. Okay, now if you notice, for Usernet and the rest, they have their own network up. This one has its own network, but down it's literally the same thing. Because uh it's kind of having, if you notice, this is filter break. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Let's say let's use a random UDP. Okay, let's say this one is all country sucks UDP. So you see this one is kind of a little different. So let's see if this UDP will work. I haven't actually ever used this UDP. Let's see if it's gonna work. So if it didn't work, so like I said, you switch on your flight mode and switch it off. Okay, so and you click on start again. Well, if it didn't start, we won't force it. We stop it and we proceed. Okay, so our country UDP. Oh man, okay, that's it. It's begun. So yeah, let's say we want to use it. What should we do now with this one? Okay, let's say I wanna get into Facebook Lite. The Now notice from MTN Cameroon, you could use free mode, you could use data mode. Let's just say this one isn't gonna come with any mode, which means I'm using free data mode. So it's kind of a joke I once did when I just discovered about VPN. And yeah, I was using what is called it's a VPN, a very popular VPN here, Sox IP. Now notice it's not showing free mode, it's not showing data mode, it's showing free data mode. Notice it's not showing any of them, which means it's free data mode. Well, it's kind of tricky, but actually I'm not sure I can watch a video with it. Let's see. I love daring stuffs. So let's say I want to watch this video. uh, it isn't playing because it's slow. So like I said, you need it as a lifesaver. Let's say I want to do WhatsApp and the rest, but you need it, but not for now. Mind you, don't use VPN on YouTube. Do not use VPN on YouTube. Do not. It's gonna, if you have videos downloaded on YouTube, it's gonna block the videos. Yeah, and I don't wanna dare it. I would have shown you, but I really got a lot of videos on YouTube which I spent money downloading, and I wouldn't want to use it. Okay. So basically that's the family that we just explored. So I'm not connected to any of the VPNs. So oh no, let's just proceed with the next one. So I will have just one video on the channel talking on VPNs. So let's say, okay, fine, I've explored the basics. Okay, now let's get to the advanced sections. Now you want to switch back onto your SIM which has data. So I've switched, and now I want to explore some advanced sheets. So I'm gonna get back to Play Store, but these ones now they really need configuration. Like configuration is all they got. Yeah. So I wanna search ha tunnel. Now this is a VPN I could use to uh do my stuffs. So I'm searching hard tunnel. It's called hard tunnel plus. Okay. So this is the hard tunnel plus. Yeah. And I've switched to my SIM which has data. I wanna update it from Play Store. When you update from Play Store, your play experience may change after the app. So your play library invisible to and will be visible in manage apps and device. Well, let's just bear the risk. I don't actually like updating the application, but let's continue. Update from Play Store, blah blah blah. So let it update and let's proceed. So I've switched to my SIM which has data. So if you notice, I'm now in SIM 2 and SIM 2 has data. And yeah, let me just share a very quick story with you. There was one day I installed almost 300 VPN applications, and that's when I knew the ones which work, the ones which don't work, and all the likes. Yeah, I took time, installed almost 300 VPN applications. I knew the ones which gives free data, the ones which just encrypt. Now, VPN is called a virtual private network and could secure your connection, and also while securing the connection gives some network packets which you use, and we're taking advantage of those network packets to get free data. So I've never used the update of hard to know plus before, but let's just see. uh yeah, so actually, yeah, when you get into the application for the first time, right, it doesn't actually show you this many countries. What it just shows you is, okay, what it shows you, let me see if I can Oh, I cannot scroll fast down. Anyway, so I'll just go gently. Yeah, I'm really going gently. So when you get into the application for the first time, it's gonna show you these five stuff, these five last ones. Okay, this ZZZ, this, and this. Okay, so it's gonna show you something like this. It's not gonna show you any other stuff. So while you still have data, remember I'm still in the same which has data. So what I could do is, yeah, when you get into the application like this for the first time, this is a log, this home, but don't click on anything. Don't click even on this one. Yeah, all you need is this three dots here. This three dots stands for more options, and you wanna come here and do check updates. So click on check updates. It's gonna tell you to wait. So that's for the first time that you get into it. So after checking the updates, now you can now come here and you select your country and your network. So basically, as far as I can remember, it works just in Cameroon. It works just for MTN and something Nextel. So let's check. Okay, where's my country? Close up. Let me open. Let me reopen it. Uh, so anytime you want to close, please you close them. Okay, don't beg them. Okay, so yeah, like I said before. So let's look for my country. So go. Okay, my country is around here, Cameroon. So yeah, okay. So now within this between these two options, actually I use MTN network. If you check up here, I normally use I'm an MTN user. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, wait, I'm not gonna close it. I select, actually from what I noticed, just this, you see Cameroon MTN free to 2023, free to Nextel Social. So what I want is my MTN free 2023. The others actually don't work. Okay, like the free 2 doesn't work. Just MTN 2023 works. But I don't know if it is working now for this update. But as for the previous version, it didn't work. So I'm switching now to the SIM which doesn't have data. And yeah, I'm gonna start it now. You're gonna see now the difference between this and the others. Okay, so yeah, have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Just give it some time. App is the perfect place. Skip. Yeah. So if you notice, this are network packets downloading, and this one is updating. Okay, so it's uploading. So it's running. As far as this runs very fast, there you know you're connected. So let's say I wanna watch some videos on Facebook. Now notice it's gonna be fast and it's gonna open and I'll watch videos without problems. So let's say I wanna look for some random reels. So you see, it's kind of really fast and I don't wanna watch this. So you see, it's playing unlike the other. This one is playing. Okay. Oh my god. Man, I love you. Oh my god. So yeah, actually, yeah. So now I could still use this same. Now if I get into Play Store and I'll click. Now remember, like um, let's turn off this thing and switch to our SIM which has data. Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? The Alibaba.com app is the perfect place to get started. Skip video. The Alibaba.com app. I know. Skip video. So let's say, yeah, I don't want to use Hartuner Plus again. So let me switch to my SIM which has data. Now, Hartuner Plus is kind of stubborn. So each time you kind of stop it and you don't want it to run again, what you're gonna do is you clear it totally. Okay, so if it's now it has stopped, it's no longer here. So now I'm gonna switch to my SIM which has data and I get back into the Play Store. So like the same one, we're gonna be checking the brothers and sisters of Hartuner Plus. Okay, so we're gonna search Hard tunnel. Now click on the hard tunnel. Get into the art of tunnel. Okay, so the producers actually, they have business line is art of tunnel. So I've installed all the apps produced by art of tunnel. So let's start exploring them one by one. So we have geo tunnel. Unlike hard tunnel, unlike the others, now look, it's updated alone, like it auto updated alone. So let's say I wanna switch back to the sim which doesn't have data, and I've never used these ones before, but yeah, I've used this before. Yeah, I've used it. So let's say, and when you get into it, this is how it's gonna actually look like. It's gonna show you. You start with Nigeria, okay. So what you wanna do is you switch to your country. Yeah, I'm a Cameroonian. So what I do is switch to my country, or if I don't see it, I just search it here, Cameroon. Okay, so basically it's gonna give you 100 megabyte. Now the problem with hard tunnel is that if you get into hard tunnel, you're gonna use a maximum of 60 megabyte per day per sim card you have. Like if I have two sims which doesn't have data, each sim will use 60 megabyte. When the first one uses a 60 megabyte, I could switch to the next one and use 60 megabyte. That's the problem I had to know. Now with geo tunnel, you can use 100 megabyte daily per sim. Okay, so if you have two sims or three sims, you can just be switching. When you use your 100 megabyte with the first one, you can just switch to the next one you use. So that's an advantage. Yeah, so if I click on start, let's see, it's connecting. Well, it's not connected, but connecting. Okay, let's just see. um so it's kind of not connecting. So what I want to do is I'll stop and switch on flight mode and off it, and connecting. So I haven't really explored this one, but I'm pretty sure it works. So I'm gonna show you how to use this on another video, but let me see again. It isn't working. Okay, I'm really sorry. So let's see. Let me try it again. Connecting, but it's not connected. So let me not try to push things. Let's see if it has UDP mode. Okay, so let's see if it has UDP mode. So we click on UDP. It doesn't have UDP. Well, I'm sorry. This one is out of our list, so I'm gonna come here. But anyways, I'll learn how to use it. And I'll come back to Art of Tunnel. Now, no, I've explored this. So let's enter into Anonitune. Okay, Anonitune Pro. Open. I'm gonna look for a way around the GeoTunnel Plus. So, okay, so you can just choose any of the servers here, but for me, I love United Kingdoms. Yeah, all fans, any of them, just use anyone you wanna use. Okay, so and this you don't need to choose a country or whatever. You don't need to choose a country. So this is TXRX. Actually, I don't know these ones. I know, yeah, download, upload. Yeah, that's the one I know. So I click on this and come on. So that's 0 byte per second. So the download speed is 0 byte per second. Well, 0 bytes per second. Well, it isn't really going to. I'm gonna really work on how to use these ones. So yeah, I'll do a video on how to use these ones. It seems like, yeah, they aren't working. So let's say, okay, out of to now, get into Anony Tune. Okay, let's see how Anony 2 works. I'm sure this one works. So for me, yeah, I love Netherlands. Okay, so I'm gonna get into Netherlands. I won't get into Britain. So let's see if this one is gonna work. So the same thing didn't work. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do a video on how to use this ones, but don't really expect it too fast. Yeah, I have examinations and all the likes. and actually they are still under development. Okay, maybe they're gonna finish the development faster or later. Custom resolver. Hmm, continue. But, well, I'm not sure this one is also gonna connect. Oh wow, if it started, let's see now. It should started. Okay, let's try. uh let's try now. Let's see if it opens. Okay, it means it didn't start. So actually the art of tunnel didn't really, the VPNs of art of tunnel didn't work except uh hard tunnel plus. So yeah, basically, the VPNs we have explored tonight was hard tunnel, which worked, usernet pro, and we had Xshield, BitsNet VPN, Omanova VPN, FNF tunnel. And okay, let's now go to the next level. Remember, I said we start from the basics, right? So uh, now let's go to the next level. Now, the top on the line, let's go to Socks IP. Well, for Socks IP, I love Socks IP because now to get Socks IP, just go to Play Store. Let's say I switch to a SIM that has data, and here in Play Store, I search for Socks IP. So Socks IP tunnel. So Socks IP. So here is a Socks IP tunnel. Now let's search new tools work. Okay. So basically, now if you notice, you saw some applications there, link layer. Yeah, for this one, say I know how to use just this link layer. Okay, and the Socks IP. So that's the ones I installed, but the other ones I don't really know how to use them. But I'm gonna work on that. Let's say like next year, because I'm cool. No need for getting much VPNs. I already have the ones which work for me in my time of need. Yeah, and emergency situations. So maybe if you want to be a whole dependent on VPN like me, no problem. You are welcome to join the crew. You're welcome to join the crew. So let's say I've switched to. Oh, let me get some water. So let's say I switch to my SIM which doesn't have data. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's hydrated. So I've switched to the SIM which doesn't have data. If I click on start, actually it won't start. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to settings now. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit technical, and that's why I said we're gonna be starting from the basics to the intermediate through the difficult or the complex. But it's not really complex, yeah. Let's say okay, actually for Socks IP, right, you need data to configure it. Yeah. But actually we have VPNs. So I will use a VPN to configure another VPN, okay? So I'm gonna be showing you. But most especially you need a payload. And a payload can be generated in many ways. Just this is a standard payload for the way I'm gonna be using this. So this is a payload I'm gonna copy. Okay, let's say I'll send this payload under the description of this video, but do well to use it. Let it work for you. Okay, I pray it works for you. So let's say, yeah, this is a payload. So the first thing we want to do is, let me cut this payload and remove it from here. So cut, and then I want to, let me just start the VPN like a new one. Okay, import export, reset configuration. So when I get into the place, into the application, yeah, I've resetted the configuration. This is how it's gonna look like when you get into it for the first time. Okay, this is what it's gonna look like. So yeah, it's gonna look like this. And how do I configure it? Many people use what they call files. Okay, many people use files to go around it, but I don't really trust those files. I'm an ethical hacker in practice. Like I do practice ethical hacking and social engineering. And I don't really support the fact of sharing files to people. It might contain a malware, maybe they've already installed a VNC software in your phone, which they're monitoring your phone and can manipulate it from anywhere and all the likes. So I don't really want all those. So I kind of came up and I studied a way of getting this thing done, okay, without really necessarily using files. So how do we do it? We need a payload. So we click on our settings. Now we need a payload. So when we copy the payload from the description, we come here into our paste board, our clipboard. Now don't choose all any of these things here. The one we need. Let me shift this thing and go that way. So I copy it most times, so we'll be showing you all this. So I'm sliding them right, like I'm sliding it right, like see, I'm taking it that way like that. So I'm doing it really quick. Okay. So what I need is this. So I've copied my payload, okay. Unless I copied it from the YouTube video and now I want this thing to be saved. Okay, so I click on save. Now enter the settings back. So I've pasted the payload and I've saved it. Click on save again. So I come now to settings and okay, these are settings. So I got into the settings. Okay, now basically what I want to do is if I click on this tunnel mode, I'll see the UDP request, custom WebSocket, and all those things. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to manipulate through these things, but don't choose any of them. We're gonna be working literally with this one and with this one. Okay, now I'm gonna be showing you where we need both of them now. But okay, we have configured our request tunnel. Now let's configure our UDP. Remember I said we use just UDP, right, for the other one. So let's configure UDP request. So the start port is 1. Okay, so I want to start 1 as my start port. My end port should be, since it's 1 to 600 and this, so it's not really difficult. If the start port is in, it should have a number between, so let me enable binding. So it's, if a start port is having a number between, it's supposed to be a number between 1 to 65.5 and the end port between 1 to 65.5. What do you think we should do? We could just come and just say we just write the last number now, 35. Yeah, we're good to go. Now the sender counter, if it's supposed to be a number from 1 to 255, just come here now. We are our 255 now. Save settings. That's as simple now. And then you come here, you allow it at free server. Don't change it. Allow it at free server. Because I know some people will be, don't touch an option that you don't know the use of the option. Yeah. So actually, still yet, if I go now to, let's say if I've saved it right and I want to go to start, it isn't gonna really start. Incompatible free server. Yeah, it's not gonna start. So now I want to switch back to request tunnel. So you see, we're working just with UDP tunnel. I've configured this one, so okay, it needs just a payload. So I've configured it. Now let's say, yeah, I've done that. So if I start it, so it's not gonna start. So I don't want to import configuration. I don't want to manually configure, and I want to select free server. So it's not really gonna go. If I start it again, I want to use free server, I will not go. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna switch now. Now I can switch to my SIM that has data, right? When you switch to your SIM that has data, when you have data connection, you can come now and click on this crown and you select your server. But now let's assume I didn't have a SIM which has data. Let's assume I have just two SIMs with no internet connection. Remember, this is my SIM 1 which does not have internet connection. I don't want to switch to my SIM 2. So what I'm gonna do, I just come here and I get into Tunnel. Okay, Tunnel is the perfect VPN application for this job. Now when I get into Tunnel Plus, so I click on start. Remember, I've already sent it to MTN Cameroon Free 2023, and I said this is the one which works. Now remember, don't be tempted to, if you choose this custom setup, it's gonna disturb you a lot. Okay, so don't be tempted to do this. So now if you want to join a group for getting hard tunnel configurations, you could WhatsApp this number. Okay, but actually I don't want to WhatsApp anybody. I'm not really good at doing that. Okay, so what I want, I don't want, like I said, I don't want files. Okay, I don't want files to be using. They can send him malware to, they can send a malware to my phone. But also you could just contact them for files. Contact this number. Okay, you could write down this number here, contact them for five. You don't want to be having just 600 mega, I mean 60, you don't want to be having just 60 megabyte. Okay, you can contact them for files. That's a number. But actually what I want to do is I send this thing back to the normal, because I don't want to enable custom setup. So you see, I've sent it, it's automatic. Currently it's automatic. So I just click on start with my sim that doesn't have data, and I want to configure. Remember, I want to configure my socks IP. I could just be using this one, but let me just configure. I want to just configure my socks IP, and socks IP takes 2 days before a server goes to sleep. Okay, because servers like that goes to sleep. So I click on the crown, and remember I said, well, I'm going to click the crown to get free servers. I don't want a custom server. So if you see, these are free servers. Now I want to take a server that has more time. So if you see this one has 47 hours to go to before it gets to sleep. It means, yeah, it already got to sleep and woke up back, because all of them have 48 hours. Okay, so this one is already at 28. So I want to choose the one with the highest one, 47. So, and I click on yes. So I'm gonna watch an ad before the free server opens. So it's not actually free, I'm paying it with an ad. So yeah, I'm gonna watch an ad. Not sure which app gives you the best deals, but wow. With the Liga app, you cannot go wrong. With over 200,000 buyers and 626 million active buyers, you can stack your recruiters at the lowest prices. Download the app and start buying all the deals. Yeah, okay. I like that. Hey, okay. So another one I install. So I basically go me back. I want to click on back. Yeah. Thank you for your support. So it's already worked, and click on save. Now notice this, if I click on these settings, this was showing green. Okay, I mean it was showing red, but now it's showing green, and they're telling me this server expires. So today is on the 8th of November, Friday the 8th, so it's gonna expire on Sunday the 10th of November 2024 at exactly 12:41 a.m. So, well, lucky for us. Now remember, I said your tunnel mode should be request tunnel. Always leave it at request tunnel. So always, though we're gonna be working from request tunnel to UDP request, okay, but always allow it at request tunnel. Always make sure you come and send it at request tunnel when you want to start it. Now most times people have problems starting their request tunnel. Now I want to stop hard tunnel plus, because I want to use now but socks IP tunnel. Okay, now I hate this ads. Now remember, I said you always clear like this if you want to switch off the VPN completely. Okay, so okay, so I make sure I'm in the sim that doesn't have data, and yeah, get into my socks IP. So with it configured, with my payload and everything, yeah, I think I'm good to go. Okay, yeah, I'm really good to go. So yeah, it's at request tunnel. My port, now you can switch port, but I love 443. Okay, yeah, and make sure you allow this thing at free server for your own good. Don't choose premium server, I beg you. Choose free server. Yeah, so save. So if I click on start, and if I have problems, I'll show you what to do. So now most times people will configure it and they have problems starting it, and yeah, this is what many people don't know. This one, yeah, I took a very deep research on how to get this one. Like, I was trying ways to get it. Okay, so it's not gonna go. You can literally just switch on flight mode and switch it off for it to work. Okay, but that's not really the trick. This is what everybody does. They kind of switch on flight mode and switch it off. But for me, what really works for me most times, but this is not the trick, but let's say most times, what works for me is I kind of switch my sims, right? I can switch to a sim which has data and then switch it back to the one which does not have data. So, and I continue. Or I switch to any sim, whether data or not, I switch and continue, okay? So when I switch back. But it doesn't work, right? And we're still at the sim which doesn't have data and I want it to work. Actually, if you have data, it will always work. But since you don't have data, we want it to work. So we'll be having some problems with working. So what we want it to do now is get into your settings, okay? Get into your phone settings. Like you could just come out and you let's say I want to get into my phone settings. And yeah, okay, this is my phone settings. And I wanna get into more connections, okay? And I click on VPN. So this is a list of all the VPN applications that are on my device, okay? These are a list of all the VPNs I have installed on my device. So what I want to click on, you see this is source IP, right? If I click on the source IP itself, I'll come to the application. But actually, I don't want the source IP itself. So when I'm in settings, I click on these settings on the source IP. So now see this, I click on always on, okay? Click on always on. Now you might know I don't choose this, okay? Now if you notice, it has shown that it has connected. Notice, look up here, it has shown that it has connected. So I could, now it has connected on UDP request. Now remember I said we will allow that request and I say automatically it just switched by itself to UDP request. So I've sent it the letter. I want to send a message. Now notice the internet speed has doubled, like it has reached 100. To know that it has connected, the internet speed, if your phone shows the speed, you'll always be around 100, 90, 200. Sometimes it reaches 19 megabyte. The highest I've seen is 19 megabyte per second. Okay, using VPN, it has reached 19 megabyte per second. That's wow, really, really fast. So if it's showing this high like 80 or the like, say no, it's connected. Now let's just do a proof. So this is my mentor, yeah. He taught me graphic designing. He's the best graphic designer in Nigeria. And yeah, he taught me graphic designing. And man, I loved it. He just gave me a promotion yesterday, basically by 9 a.m. Yeah, he said, uh because I want to add you to a design group, still practice, right? So he added me to a design group, and man, I love it. I really, really love it. So here's the design group here. So he added me there. Well, I kind of like it. So it's kind of awesome. And these are his new students, okay? These are his new students, and this is me. This is my mentor. So he now added me with the new students. Means he always teaches me. Yeah, basically, yeah, I honor him. Like I really, really do honor him. It's like more than a brother to me or a mentor. It's like to me, it's like a father, a helper, someone who has helped me a lot. I've earned money through him. Like now, look at something. I really took time off to thank him. Trust you are good. I just want to thank you this morning for all the things you have taught me. Thank you, sir. I'm always grateful. I appreciate you, sir, for the way you have greatly impacted my life. And good morning, Teddy. Yeah, I'm excellent. Thanks for reaching out. I'm glad you've gained and still gaining value. Pleasure teaching you. Thank you, sir. Hello, Teddy. How are you doing? Did you send me a message with a different number? No, sir. Good evening, sir. I got a message from that. And today, so see what honor does. Yeah. And actually, yeah, it taught me a lot. If you check this size, if you want to really get some courses from him, yeah, he'll teach you a lot. These are courses he has taught me. This is a classroom. He's taught me a lot of things, like a lot. Almost everything I know in graphic designing, yeah, he taught me. Like, let me advertise my mentor a little. The thing too is wasting time. Google Classroom. Okay, this if he taught me this, Destiny of Malawi, graphic designing, Destiny of Malawi, Destiny of Malawi. These are courses he has taught me. And yeah, if I get into WhatsApp, these are groups and how he's been promoting me. Yeah. And I really invested in these stuffs like yeah, House of Creatives. So we started here. Yeah, these are design. This is my design. These are designs. Yeah, I met other professionals, but I was pushing. So basically, these are my own designs. Kind of very funny designing like that. Okay, this is my own tool. This is one of the first designs I ever did for a church. So yeah, it's kind of nice, like kind of not really nice, not that professional. But actually, yeah, I've really God has really used me to help many people using the design, which he taught me, okay. And from there, he promoted me to another group, like another group of creators. Yeah, he yeah, I did this design for someone in Boya, like a kind of a hairstylist stuff. Although it's not really that nice, but yeah, I just did it and some small funny cash. You know, did some funny things. So yeah, you could also learn. Did this design for someone like a a clinic, something like that. So did a lot. So you're gonna get a graphic design course, a podcasting course, video editing course, and now it's now promoting me again to another one. I'm really glad. Like I'm glad. Okay, yeah, private design mentorship. So I wanna achieve it. So I'm sure I'm gonna learn a lot from it. Okay, so back to business. So let's say I got into WhatsApp and let's say I want to text something like let me text my daughter and I'm like, hey daughter. Okay, so yeah, I send. So it isn't gonna work. So now the reason why I said this Socks IP is kind of complicated because if Socks IP is always on, it means it's gonna really cause a lot of problems. Yeah. But you could always go back to settings and switch it, turn it back to always off. Like that's a trick I use to on it when it's not coming on. Yeah, let's say let me send it back to always off. So, it's showing always on active. So I want to deactivate always on. Okay, and if you notice here, it's showing me like it's still trying to reconnect. So this mouse is kind of disturbing. So yes, I want to now clear it and try again. Now remember the message on WhatsApp hasn't gone. So yeah, I wanna start it now. If it doesn't start, I'm gonna make the message to go. So like the always on kind of protocol is kind of difficult and kind of hard, but I love the reason why I love Socks IP is even though it's complicated because it gives you large, it's unlimited. Like once you know how to use that, you know the times to use it. It's really unlimited. Like on Telegram, if I check my Telegram, almost everything I downloaded on Telegram are more than 11 GB using just Socks IP. Like if I come to settings and I'd say data and storage, yeah, if you notice data usage, storage, I've used 29 GB, 29.06 GB using just Socks IP, and once or twice I've used normal data. And if check, it's my storage usage. I've used 22 GB of things I've downloaded, musics, 19 GB of musics, yeah, documents like PDFs, 2.52 GB, videos, 272, photos, 79, others, that, and I'll not clear temptation. So yeah, so actually, yeah, these are stuffs I've been doing with just Socks IP. So once you can get it connected, and it's kind of complex to get it connected, yeah, but if you can get it connected, you're gonna gain a lot. Now this always connect is for emergency purpose. So you're gonna be trying to on flight mode and off feedback. Now let me show you one trick and then I'll show you something about. Let's try always connect and I'm gonna show you a trick I used to on it also. So let's say again it's always connect again. Now let's first get into our WhatsApp and see if our message has gone. Okay. So the message um so this our message. It isn't gone. Okay. So don't open this thing now. This thing is disturbing. Okay. So now get into more connections, and I want to